Have you ever opened your car and you were like, why does it smell like something's rotting? Oh no, what did I do? So we have two vehicles. We have like our smaller SUV Jeep and we have our van. And for some reason, you know, we used the van semi-recently and let the kids in it, and then like Scout really wanted to play in the van. So Scout wanted me to open up the Jeep, our SUV. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. I can do some cleaning, you know, get some things out or whatever. And I opened it up and I mean, it smelled like something was rotting, and I was like, oh no, like, I know I don't have too much. I know I have like a few, you know, like candy wrappers or, you know, whatever, like in the side of, so I like took it out and there was like an apple core, but it wasn't even that old. And I was like, that's weird. And so, you know, I'm looking in the back, I'm looking everywhere. Like, I know Jenna, you know, took this on a trip down to Virginia like a while ago, and I was like, oh no, did they have food in one of the bags and it didn't get taken out or something? So I'm looking, and then I was like, oh right, I forgot I had two like computer monitors, just like the monitors. My work was getting rid of some that they didn't need anymore. They're still in good shape, and so I was able to get two of them for Jenna and then for myself. And so I went back there to get them out, and I found what it was. The other day I was like, hey, I really wanted to use some potatoes, and I know I bought some. I bought like a whole bag of potatoes and couldn't find them. I found them. But they have been sitting in a hot car for I don't even know when, because I bought the potatoes like probably a couple weeks ago. Probably not that long ago, because I have used the Jeep semi-recently and it did not smell. But yeah, they were pretty much rotting in the back. Luckily they were in a bag, so there wasn't too much like liquid that came out. But I have like industrial strength Febreze. You probably won't be able to see well because it's really sunny, but I have this Febreze. It is professional, ready to use. I bought it from Lowe's. But yeah, so I had to spray down the entire back of this car, and I'm hoping that it gets the smell out because it's stinky. But at least I found it, and so now like the car is mostly cleaned out. I do have, you can see there's some bags back there. My Buy Nothing had like a huge like clothing like swap, and I was the most recent one to get them, so I need to put those back and give it to whoever needs the clothes next. And then just kind of, you know, pick up a few things here or there because I'm not taking the kids anywhere anytime soon. Hopefully I will put the van back and I will use the Jeep. We try to use this one more just because obviously it's easier on the gas than using the van, but over the past couple days or like the past week we've had to take the kids out a few times, so I've just been using the van because I don't know if you'll be able to see well, but like our driveway is like narrow and then it widens out, so because of that it's not as easy. Like usually we just leave whatever car is at the end because we have to keep the gate closed at all times, so if the kids come outside they can't get through the gate and get to the road. And we have like a bike lock on it, and yeah, so I found the smell. Ew, gross. That just reminds me that I remember years and years ago, I mean many, probably like over 10-12 years ago, I remember I had my car and at one point something started to smell, and I was like, oh no, you know, same thing, like it had to have been food or something. And I mean, I remember, I'm pretty sure, I thought I like combed that car, could not find anything, and then like the smell kept getting worse and worse, and like, so one day, I mean, I had to like go into I was looking in crevices and things that I didn't even think, and somehow under one of the seats, which I swear I had looked at before, there was literally like a rotting cucumber or something. It must have been from grocery shopping, and it must have like fell out of one of the bags. And I mean, oh, that was like the worst smell ever. I hate when that happens, especially when you've looked and you cannot find it. Like, oh, the worst. Anyways, should be clean now. Let's hope the Febreze does its job. So I'm just gonna like let it air out. And we have a hammock, like I have put it on their swing set, but because it rained, it was still wet even though it dried, so I have to literally set it out so it can dry out. So we're just kind of like chilling outside today and just kind of, you know, not really doing much. Yesterday was such a busy day that it's just good to kind of just like rest and relax today, because I'm going to be working tonight, tomorrow, and then I have a big shift I picked up on Saturday, and then I'll probably be working on Sunday as well, just for a few hours, and then picking up quite a few hours within the next few days after that. So I'll be doing a lot of work because my family's coming next week. So they'll be here on Friday. So I need to get all my work done before Friday, Saturday. And then they'll be here until Wednesday. They'll be leaving Wednesday morning. So I won't be able to work on Tuesday or Monday. So there you go. So as much as I love our veterinary practice, I should say, I don't honestly know which doctor just called me. Sometimes getting calls trying to like explain things are so frustrating, like, because we have 4 cats. We brought 2 of them in. One of them pretty good, might have some like mouth toothy stuff going on, but we'll check it next year. But the other cat, they're like, well, he could have kidney disease, he could have a tumor, he could have cancer, we're not sure. And we already just, you know, paid money to have some tests done to figure out some things. And now she's like, well, if, you know, it's the tumor, thyroid tumor, if it's this, like, she's saying all these like medical words. I'm super confused, but at this point we just have to like wait and see what's going on. But I was like, probably next time I'll just have Jenna talk with the doctor, because they understand that stuff way better than me. And you know, I'm just like, what? Like, okay, you know, cancer or tumors, like, I mean, we've gone through this with cats before. Like, our one cat ended up having something wrong with their eye, and so they literally had to have their eye taken out. So we had to do that. Our one cat we still have now, our oldest cat, he had to go through, I think it was radiation, which was interesting because I was like super pregnant when he had to do that, and it was like right around Christmas time. And so we ended up like not seeing family, and we had to like have someone watch our cat for a while because of radiation, and like I couldn't be around the cat, and like, yeah, it was a really complicated situation, but we did it, and he's still alive. So you know, we've been here before with our other cats, but sometimes it gets a little frustrating, you know, because when you have multiple cats and they're all older, a lot of these issues start coming up, and you know, I mean, it's frustrating, but that's okay. We're just chilling outside. Miko is in the hammock that I set up, and Scout is on the swing bumping into Miko on the hammock, so they're silly. We'll probably go in soon. I have to head off to work, and then Scout, and hopefully Scout will take a nap, and then Miko will stay with Jenna, and then it will be Friday, and then it doesn't really matter on the weekend because I still have to work. So, but that's okay. I have lots of things that, you know, I can get done, things I can work on. I'm really excited because I'm starting my like business coaching program that I'm a part of. It starts at the end of June and goes for 6 months, and I'm really hoping that this will help me to figure out how to morph my doula business into what I really want it to be. You know, niche down and really focus more on what I want to do, which is like, you know, video content and different things like that, allow me to, you know, be with my family more. So that is good. Nothing new with the surrogacy thing. Like I said, this is going to be pretty slow go here and there. I think right now we're just waiting to get my hospital delivery records, and you know, like we pass like background checks and have to do like psych evals and stuff like that. So kind of just in the waiting process, and then yeah, so we're just kind of chilling today, honestly. I'm just trying to, like, you know, keep myself as stress-free as possible. Like I said, a lot of these things can be very stressful, but I'm trying my best to, like, you know, get the mantra of there's nothing I can do right now, you know, and then when things happen, things will happen, you know. And of course, it's stressful to think, like, does your cat have cancer? But at the same time, like, you know what? If he does, we will come to that point and figure it out. Like, I kind of just adopt Jenna's motto of kind of a go with the flow thing, and I'm trying my best to really take that to heart, because it's just much less stress. If there's nothing you can do about something, then don't worry about it. You know, if, like I said, we're waiting for tests, there's nothing I can do until we get to the test, so why let it be in my mind and taking up my, you know, energy? You know, just kind of focus on what we're doing right now. So I mean, at least yesterday was a good day. You know, the kids got their vaccine and they both seem to be doing really well today. So hopefully they won't really have too many symptoms. I mean, they're doing fine now, so maybe they'll have like, you know, second shot sickness, but at least right now they're doing good, so that's good. I have some work to do. I have a child on me, and I might see you later today. I might not. We might just like pop into tomorrow and the weekend. We'll see. Right now, Star Wars and letters in the letters in the beans. Right now we're just doing, I worked early this morning. It's a Monday. I don't usually work during the day on Mondays, but I did today because I have to make up hours because, you know, people and different schedules this week. So I worked in the morning, and then we are doing some, I actually did this. That's supposed to be for Scout, but we are doing our own thing right now. So I'm going to have a lot of vacuuming to do. But it's fun, so it's okay, right? Hello. So I don't know how much I'm actually going to be like filming over the next couple days because we have people here. What you doing? Oh, I see you're cutting. Okay. We have, like I said, we have a friend here who is here because they and Jenna are going on a gaming retreat. So they're actually going to be leaving today, and then watch your fingers, Bubba. And then tomorrow, I'm sorry. So they'll be leaving today in the afternoon, and my parents are actually on their way here. They're driving through Canada right now. Well, I think they're at the border, coming into New York right now. And so, yeah, just kind of like filming and chilling. Like I said, as you can tell, like my vlogs right now are kind of just like, you know, mishy-mashy, like clips from random days and doing random stuff. I don't really ever, like, I just don't have like the ability at this moment to like sit there and like, okay, this is a whole day vlog and yada yada. So anyways, somebody is cutting stuff and somebody's playing with bowls. Yes, please be careful, okay? I better get going. We're gonna see if this works. I'm parked right now. I have my camera on a tripod, and like I can't show you the setup because it looks real ridiculous. It's like not up on the, it's real crazy. So right now, okay, so I'm not gonna look because hashtag I'm gonna be driving. But I am pulling out of the vet parking. I just took all 4 of the cats to the vet. So we took Leanne and Claire to the vet to do their dental cleanings. We go through Banfield, so they get comprehensives each year, and they each get dentals. This is probably going to be a little wobbly. They're just walking across. Like, what the heck, dude? Okay. Anyways, so we go through Banfield, so they get a comp each year, comprehensive, and then they get dental. And so I already took Leanne and Claire to get their dentals done last week, and Leon's having some issues in life because of his blood work, so we have to deal with that maybe in about a month or 2. And then we just had to take all of the cats to get their comps, and the only reason I took all 4 cats is because Jenna is actually going to be, Jonah's not here right now, and no, I do not have the kids, but this is going to be real bumpy. My parents are actually here, so originally I was doing, you know, births, doing doula work, and so Jenna had this plan for like a year with friends. And so I was like, well, why don't my parents come to visit? Because they usually come in the summer anyways. And like, they can come and visit, because I was concerned that if I had a birth, you know, if I was on call for a birth, that, you know, what am I going to do if Jen is gone? So I just had them come anyways. So that is why they're here. So they're actually at home with the kids playing. And so I was able to take all 4 kitty cats at once. I still have to get Felcor and Claire's dentals done, but they need to kind of figure out a schedule for that. So we'll probably not do that until August or September. But now they got all their grumps done, so that's good. And I think also I want to, I know like I've just been kind of doing like vlogs and stuff, but I am starting to work on like budgeting, and I'm trying to learn how to do like almost like the cash envelope system but digital. There's a thing called Cube, it's Qube, and I'm looking into doing that so that we can kind of like get our finances back on track. I would like to try and get, you know, all of our debt paid off within the next couple years. And I think by doing that and working hard and really working on my doula business and hopefully getting, you know, that sort of thing and side hustles, we should be able to do that. Just because if, you know, like we're fine financially, but if we're able to get our debt paid off, then, you know, I don't necessarily have to work as much doing things that I don't want to do, and I can just focus on the things I do want to do, and like being at home with the kids and, you know, homeschooling, that sort of stuff. So we are going to work on that. But yeah, we're just going to kind of like chill out. Like I said, Jenna is going to be gone for a few days. So today is Saturday. Jenna left yesterday. My parents came in and then Jenna left. So they will be back on Tuesday. My parents will leave on Wednesday. Yeah, so then we're just going to like, you know, chill. We got about a week and a half-ish after my parents leave, and then we'll be heading down, you know, as long as we don't have COVID. We will be heading down to see Jenna's family, so that will be fun. Probably won't really do much filming while I'm there. I tend to just film like more at home. I'm not super comfortable, at least right now, filming with like tons of people, especially family we haven't seen in a long time. I don't want to like shove a camera in their face. So we shall see. I might put some things on there, you know, just like more B-roll kind of stuff. So we shall see. And I'm definitely going to be posting soon more about the surrogacy, kind of like just mini update on that. I will do a separate like, you know, kind of mini update maybe in the next vlog about what's going on. So I just kind of wanted to like update you guys, and yeah, I might just like kind of put some shots of what we're doing over the next couple days. I'm not really sure, so we'll see. Okie dokie.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do like a really quick update on what's going on. I haven't done much vlogging recently, only because I've just been kind of like busy. Which like I should probably just vlog like what I'm doing every day. Honestly, it's so hard. Like when you don't do it for a long time, it's so hard to do. And then like because you're out of practice, like it's awkward and weird to be like filming, and like you lose your confidence and stuff. So we're still working on it. Right now actually it is like almost midnight. I should be going to bed. My parents are here. Jenna is gone. Doing a like little mini vacation thing. Anyways, so I just kind of wanted to update what's going to be going on. So I am going through a business coaching program. And one of those things is that, you know, I want to switch my career from doing interpreting to morphing over to just doing like my doula business and like YouTube and stuff like that. So, you know, one of the things that we're doing is I'm setting up kind of goals for myself. So my goal for this channel is going to be doing 1 to 2 videos per week, just depending on kind of like what we're doing that week and the time that I have. And then my goal is to, starting probably within the next month or so, maybe not in July, but maybe starting in August, I want to do at least 1 video per week on my fertility channel, kind of start doing that, get that going. And then I am working on kind of, like I said, my doula business and what we're doing with that. So like I said, a lot of what's going on is me just trying to like really like get my life in order. So I'm working on, you know, like doing more budgeting. So maybe I'll kind of like talk more about that, about like how we're working with budgeting. You know, we've had quite a lot of expenses come up, and that's kind of like drained our money. all things we needed to do. So we need to kind of get back up on that build up of getting, you know, our savings built up again, just so that, you know, it's just good to have in case emergencies happen. So I actually got this thing, if I can show you on my phone. Okay, this doesn't show anything. So this is called Cube. Pretty much what I'm, whoa, that made my thing really, I think it made it really red. That's okay. Can I like put something white in front of there? Will that help? No. All right, it's just gonna be red. So what Cube is it's like a digital cash envelope system. So I've kind of always wanted to do the cash envelope system to like really make sure like our budget is on point, but I've never found a digital way. At least I didn't think I found any digital ways that it really worked, and I'm 100% not doing like cash envelopes. I do not feel comfortable doing that. I don't mind having some cash on me for, you know, just whatever, but in general, I don't like using cash. I don't think that it's safe. There's no way that I'm gonna have, you know, a couple $100 in my, you know, wallet at a time, you know, physically like keeping it at my house and then trying to put it in. It's just too much, especially like when you split things with your spouse or whatever. So I just found Cube a couple days ago. So once I've kind of used it for a while, I will kind of talk about it and how I think, and if I think it's helping. You know, like I said, we're just kind of on a journey, and I just want to give you a little bit of an update on the surrogacy. So I'm probably going to be talking about surrogacy a little bit more like on my TikTok, on my personal account. I will probably put some things on my doula account as well, just like more on the professional side of it. And then I'll definitely like put, you know, updates on here, and I'll be talking about aspects of surrogacy on my fertility channel because that is part of queer family planning, potentially is using surrogacy. So I will make videos about that. But what's going on right now is we're kind of just going through the process. Like I said, I started over with a different agency because the first agency I started with just wasn't a great match for me. So we kind of like stopped before we would even start matching. And I decided to go with a new one. So I don't think I've ever mentioned which one I'm going through. I'm going through Brownstone Surrogacy. It is a very small agency here in New York. Jarrett's a really cool guy. So like I said, I'm not gonna like give reviews or anything on the agency. I will definitely like share my journey here, but I don't want to say anything until like my whole entire journey is done, like how I felt about it all. But what we're doing is pretty much all of my medical records are in. They are waiting for my hospital records, but I don't think there's going to be any surprises on there. I pretty much have told them everything. So we did that. Let me, hold on. Let me see. So, okay. So at this point, you have to like fill out a questionnaire, which I did. Medical records and review pretty much done, except we have to go through the hospital records, which as far as I know, there is nothing like surprising on my hospital records that are gonna like disqualify me or anything. Pretty much all of that information, that potential disqualifiers, would have been like in my pregnancy records. And then I've already had my pap smear. I've got my OB letter already. We've done our background checks, myself and Jenna. Credit check, mine was good. And so what I had to do was fill out like a super long in-depth questionnaire, and that is just to kind of like get to know me even better, because obviously the more in-depth they know about you, the better it is to match. So I filled that out. You know, sent in some pictures. I had to type up a dear parent letter, which was like nerve-wracking because I'm like, what do I put in it? And I felt like I made way too long of a letter. I think like I did like, you know, like one idea of like, you know, how did we meet? Skip a line. How do we do this? But then all that was in single space and it was like 3 pages. I'm like, maybe that's too much, but he said it was fine. So pretty much right now we're just waiting to finish getting the medical records reviewed, and then we have to set up a psych eval, which anytime you have to do a psych eval, it sounds like a really horrendous test. And I'm like, ugh. Like, what if they're like, you're actually insane? I don't see any reason we'll have issues, but you never know. Could get up to this point and then they're just like, oh, never mind, we don't like you. We've seen your YouTube, we've seen your TikTok. Just give it up. And then you have to do insurance policy review. As far as I know, my insurance is surrogate friendly, but like we let the professionals decide on that. And then pretty much you just have like a little final discussion and then you do matching. And then once you've matched and you both are like, yes, we like each other, I believe after that you do the medical clearance. I think the medical clearance is first and then legal, as far as I know, because obviously you have to be cleared medically from their clinic before you can sign a bunch of contracts, because if you sign all of that, then like, and they don't clear you, like that would be my guess, I think. Hold on. So medical records review, we're working on that. Background and credit check are done. And then psych test evaluations, we still need to do that. Review insurance. Yep, and then the in-person medical screening. So yes, so I was correct. So once you match, then you go to the IP's medical clinic to do an in-depth medical screening. So like doing, you know, ultrasounds, vaginal ultrasounds. There's a few other things just to kind of like make sure everything inside of there is all like okay and there's no surprises, which I have seen my uterus many of times, and as far as I know, there are no surprises. I mean, there could be a polyp, there could be, you know, something that happened, but like my uterus itself, I think is fine. And then group counseling. Sounds like fun. And then potential references and home visits. Okay. Sometimes this happens, sometimes it doesn't. I think it's up to the IPs. And then, yeah, after that, you do legal work. Yeah, let me see. So, yeah. Then you do the legal work, and then once the legal work is all signed, then you start the process for getting meds and getting all cycles and all that stuff ready to try and get pregnant with a baby. So that's kind of the process. I know this is kind of a long video, but yeah, that's what's going on. So I'm kind of just in a waiting game right now, but you know, things are going. Hopefully, you know, within the next couple months, we'll kind of have a better idea, like, you know, where we're at. Surrogacy can be super quick if like everything magically happens great. But in general, you know, once from like, I'm interested in surrogacy, let me talk to your agency, to like potentially a transfer is months and months and months. So surrogacy is kind of like a long game. If you're like, I need to be a surrogate because I want to help family, but I really want the money, probably not the best thing for you to do, because it's not like, oh, I, you know, sign with an agency, you know, and in like 2-3 months, I'm, you know, already matched with someone and I'm ready to get pregnant and start, you know, making money. That's not how things work. So do not do this if you're in it just for the money. It's not a good game plan. Just saying. Yeah. Okay, so that's kind of what's going on. I'm up way too late. I'm going to regret this tomorrow, but it's just one of those things where like I just can't sleep. So like I said, my parents are here, so I can always like take a nap tomorrow if I wanted to, because they're here and they can help. So, and they would 100% let me do that if I asked them. So anyways, all right, I'm gonna stop blabbing. This is my update. I'll probably include this somewhere in the video with maybe some other clips or just by itself. And yeah, see you later, alligator.